The games that made 2024 less shitty.
So this year's game that has kind of made everything more bearable for me has been Dead by Daylight, which is a pretty strange one considering that it is basically the masochism's game of choice, or masochist's game of choice I should say, because as much as it is a fun game and there can be amazing matches, with the way the meta has gone over the last 6 months, it can just be a case of slogging through and hoping for the best and having some absolutely awful matches. However, there are those wonderful gems in the dust, those killers or survivors that make everything worthwhile. And those events that just bring out the good in the community, which is brilliant. And that's why this game is my game of the year, because it reminds me that no matter how bad things are getting in real life, there could always be a DBD match in your future, which will make you either love life or remind you why you should love life.
So, what games made 2024 less shitty for me? Well, last year's honorable mentions were Hunt Showdown, Project Zomboid, and Star Citizen. But for this year's honorable mentions, I have to give it up for Helldivers 2 and Delta Force. If you don't know, both of these games are shooting games. Now, Helldivers 2 was released earlier this year, but it came out of the gates running and gunning. Although throughout the year, the game has had its ups and downs, but it's currently in a pretty solid place, and hopefully the game stays that way. And as an active Helldiver, I will continue to fight for democracy. Now, the reason why Delta Force is on my list is I'm a big fan of the Battlefield games, and this is pretty much Battlefield 2042, but this has a lot more content to it. It's got a awesome little extraction mode, and the campaign is coming soon, but that'll be a paid thing. But the overall game itself, it's free. It's completely free to play. Like, the devs put all this work and effort in for a free game. It's crazy, and that's the reason why it's on my list. Now, for the main event, my top picks for 2024 is No Man's Sky and Star Citizen. Both space exploration games, or space games. We get to be spacemen flying in spaceships, just being out in space. I love space. Now, both of these games aren't new games, they're fairly old in fact, but the reason why they are top of my list is because the amount of updates that both developers have been pushing out this past year. For example, No Man's Sky released loads of expeditions where you could gain new ships and all these cool rewards. Star Citizen, they added loads of ships and loads of points of interest, even talks of new planets and new bases. There's so much that I could talk about with both of these games that it was just amazing to see the devs putting in all this time and effort to improve their games. And the games were already awesome, but it's just nice to see that developers aren't just copying and pasting games. They're actually spending time and effort and money into improving their stuff. And to me, I recognize that shit, and I salute both developers, and that's the reason why they are my top picks of 2024. So, shababy.
My game of 2024 that made it less shitty is, okay, don't be mad, but it's the same as last year, guys. Dreamlight Valley continues to give and give, with DLCs constantly. I've only just got, or I got earlier this year, A Rift in Time, featuring Gaston Jafar and Rapunzel. And I love it. I genuinely do. I have a whole new world to explore. I have new things to go and find. I have new items to collect. Who couldn't love it? Not to mention, all of my villagers now get to interact with other characters. On that, by the way, the Halloween update for Disney Dreamlight Valley this year included Jack Skellington. Luckily, I went back to it around about the last few weeks and finally got Sally as well, which means my favorites are back together, guys. Anyway, enough of that. The game of the year that made 2024 less shitty, genuinely though, was Stardew Valley, the 6.0 console update. I cannot tell you how well Concerned Ape did to this game, keeping its foundations the same but adding so much more content for veteran players. The new farm maps bring their own style of difficulty, and the new events make me so excited to play every day. I don't know what you know of Stardew, but this cute farm simulator is one of the best places to lose a couple of hours. Petting animals, gifting items to villagers, and planting crops. It's a simple life in Stardew. I'm back on Dreamlight for the foreseeable with the Winter Star Path and the promise of a Wonderland in the future. And just a little mention to Phasmophobia. I've been watching that game from the sidelines for what feels like years, and now I finally get to play it because not only did it come to my console, but became crossplay so I can play with all of my friends. And I cannot tell you how much I enjoy having the absolute spooked out of me. I love the ghosties. Till next year.
Alright, it's my turn. Bloody games, bloody 2024. See ya, 2024. Gone now. We've had a month to think about it nearly. What's this? Yeah, halfway through January 2025 as I record this. To really soak up the games that I played last year and the ones that saved me a bit. So, honourable mentions. We're going to go with Phasmophobia, which came out a little bit later in the year. Finally on the consoles. Awesome. Shit scary. Crap your pants with your mates. Can't tell you anything else that's worth knowing, really. It's just a lot of fun to basically be a vet fielding, walking around with your Zap Baggins on, crapping your pants with your buddies. Good laugh. 7 Days to Die. Played lots of it. Far too much of it. It's so much better than it used to be, but it's still jank and I still love it. Lots of time wasted in that game, building shit, fighting zombies, etc. etc. And last one, and one of the games that really kept me sane throughout the entire year, Hunt Showdown. What a game. What a game it is. I don't care about the Screen Mask, I don't care about any negativity that we could read on Reddit. It doesn't matter. It's a good game, and I fucking like it. So screw you, down players. It's awesome. But my actual choices. The main event. The games that made my 2024 less shitty. Number one, and there are two, because it's my channel, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Slay the Spire. Now, Slay the Spire 2 has been announced, and we should definitely be keeping an eye on that, but we shouldn't sleep on the first one. It's good, and it's getting a sequel for a reason. Fantastique. Roguelike gameplay. A deck builder. Fucking choose your own adventure. Like, you can say it however you want. Slay the Spire is everything that a card roguelike wants to be. It's fantastic. A complete time consumer. I've lost over 90 hours on 2 different consoles to this game in 2024. It's not from 2024, it's older, and it doesn't matter. Pick it up if you haven't already. If you even sniff anything like the... As you may know, last year, one of my games of the year was Inscription. One of the first card-based deck-building roguelites I'd ever played. I fucking loved it. Then I found this. And I fucking loved it. So, perfect for me. The other game that really kept me sane, or drove me insane, depending on how you look at it, Balatro. And I don't care how anyone else says it. Balatro. Balatro. I don't care how you're going to try and say it. I say Balatro, and I say, God damn, this deserved game of the year. I don't care what you think. If you haven't played it, if you haven't actually picked up Balatro, you don't understand why it's so fucking good. It's a super simple roguelike deck builder, presented like a Windows game, with a bunch of mechanics that you just don't expect. And you're unlocking shit. You're making magic things happen. You've got cards that have magical abilities. You have planets that upgrade your cards. It's all astrological and celestial, and it's poker. And I'm going to turn into an evangelist priest in a minute. It's the Lord, I was sent a fool from above. It's great. It's so good. Slowly drip feeding more and more mechanics as you unlock more and more. Unlocking new cards, unlocking new abilities, almost infinite replayability. I totaled 115 hours. Yep, 115 hours spent playing Balatro across my Steam Deck and PS5 in 2024. And you'll notice there's no AI this time round. I haven't let him in here. We shut the doors. I told the guys to barricade. None of Elon's fucking pubic DNA coming into this house. He can keep it to himself. Fucking AI. Fuck you, TechBot. The humans are back for 2025. We're going to look forward to playing more games. We're going to look forward to talking about more games with you guys. Get in the comments. Tell me, tell us, pick one, pick anyone, pick a name. Tell them what your favourite game was. What game made 2024 less shitty for you? I don't want to hear about the bad ones, because it's obviously an Ubisoft game. I want to hear about the good ones. We all do. Tell us down in the comments, what was the game that kept you sane in 2024 and stopped you becoming a homicidal maniac based on the bullshit that we deal with on a day-to-day life. And I might go and get myself a massage booked in. I need to calm down. My blood pressure is right up there. Anyway, guys, thank you for the rest of the team for their opinions on the games. Thank you for you for watching. You're watching The Essential Gamer. We are the members of said team, and we will keep gaming for as long as you keep gaming. Gaming, much gaming, keep gaming, continue gaming. After continuing gaming, maybe game some more. And then when you go to bed, dream of gaming. Gaming. Gamers. Goodbye.